Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Yo, let's go. LFG. Let's go. PSG. A2D. Holla at. Never, I'm done. Listen, man. Listen, man.
Earlier.
I've been done. I keep.
What you really
that's,
done now?
That's what happens when you think you can rap, and then you think of something like you get a hot 2 or 3 bars, and your mind is hot.
With it. Okay.
But then you get those 2 or 3 out and feel like those are the fastest words you ever said in your life. It's like the fastest race you ever ran because you at the finish line, and then you got to come up with something else to keep it going. It's hard. Shout out to all the rappers out there who can spit on top of the dome. I'm glad we here. We got Ralphie D, Fluffy World Order, FWO.
Yes,
if you don't know now, you know. But listen, man, let's get right into it. Poll question: agree to disagree. Eagles will make the playoffs. Let us know throughout the show. Let us know throughout the show if you agree, you disagree.
Okay.
We'll get into the Eagles and the Bills. But man, oh man.
Before you do that, man, I just want to first say out to all the great people out there, what's going on, y'all? Great to be back. Family, join us. Welcome to the room. We got some great stuff for you. Real quick, Pete, before I go into it, I'm going to see Joker this week. All right.
Oh, really?
I have not seen it yet.
Be prepared.
Be prepared. Is it serious? Is it real deal, Holyfield?
Listen, man, I will say this.
Okay.
It's dark.
Very dark. 900 million. It made 900 million.
900 million?
900 million.
I told
worldwide.
you. Listen, man. It's very dark.
Okay.
It's good. It's
okay.
Good.
Is it like dark? Now, is it because Heath Ledger when he played the Joker?
It's completely different.
Completely different. And Ralph, I don't know if you've seen it, Ralphie, but when he played the Joker, is Joaquin
it's up
dark
there.
like that?
It's
okay.
It is. Heath Ledger's Joker was the prequel.
Because that's the rumor they're saying that's what helped. I mean, unfortunately, he had a time he passed, but that's what took him out. He
was a method actor.
Yeah,
and Joaquin is a method actor. You'll see his body, how skinny he is.
Okay.
The loosest tighty whities I've ever seen.
Okay, was it like the your uncle back in the day, 50-year-old?
Worse.
Okay,
but I'll say it like this. Heath Ledger's portrayal of the Joker.
Okay.
In Dark Knight, Gesundheit.
Okay, bless you, Ralph.
And The Dark Knight is the sequel to this one. Like, this is the prequel. We've never seen the Joker
beforehand. How it started.
Right. And I'm going to say this.
Okay.
I'm not spoiling anything.
Yeah, please don't do that.
The path of Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker, Arthur Fleck, throughout the movie is someone who's trying to fight.
Okay.
And then finally, we all get to this point where we all just give in.
Gotcha.
And there you go. I'll leave you with that.
Okay.
But with that being said, listen, speaking of Howie Roseman, Eagles organization, if you from the North, what the hell is going on in the NovaCare complex? Matter of fact, before I even get to that, what the hell is going on at A2D? It's some shit. I don't know what.
We gonna bring that up?
I'm not going. No, I'm not airing that. We ain't the Eagles over here. We're not airing dirty laundry. But I will say this:
we're not gonna do that.
We here at A2D. You see us out here. We on the other side of the lens, and we come bring it to the fam every show 7 days a week.
Yes, sir.
We may all disagree.
Right.
We may all disagree. We may all think that we give the best opinions on certain things and topics. But at the end of the day, it's all love, man. There's no ego bigger than the A2D itself.
Yeah,
and that comes from Hefe all the way down.
Let me address before we go. I know you said you didn't want to address. I'm a man of my word.
Okay.
First of all, thanks.
No. Listen. Cowboys fans.
It's quick. Let me say this.
Go ahead.
It's real quick and it's brief.
Give it 30 seconds,
and
man.
then we can move on. Let me be great. Let me do what I need to do. First of all, my man Ritter, I see you, man. Dave from LA, I see you. Bill Middlebrooks, what's good, my man? Thanks for rocking with us. Mr. Jesse, first of all, I'm going to make it real short and sweet. Cowboy fans, and I'm a man on word, you guys did your thing, 37-10. I got to give you props. You blew us out the whole 9 yards. We just wasn't ready. You guys are ready, but I'm going to say this to that. That was your Super Bowl. Keep that in mind. I'm going to say this also. Around January 15th, I can't remember. I don't know when the date's going to be. I want to see what your expression is going to be when Mr. Clapper, Ginger Man, lose another game for you in the playoffs. That's all I got to say about that.
Listen, I ain't even saying that. This is what I'm going to tell y'all Cowboys fans. Real quick, point blank, period. It's simple. Now is not the fucking time to deal with y'all right now. We got too much shit going on in our backyard to be worried about y'all in Texas. Listen, y'all don't exist.
They're not in Texas. They here.
The game, look, they take their ass to Texas because it's real. It's going down to the NovaCare complex.
So go ahead.
I don't know what's going. We got ex-Cowboys coming in, sitting with us, playing well for one game. Next 2 games, play like ass booty cheeks. Then he get cut, and now he want to air out all the dirty laundry, which may be true.
I'm gonna say this to that. He actually played well. I just think
he played well in the Jets game.
The Jets game played well. I didn't see him playing. What game you talking about? The Minnesota game?
Yeah, he played bad in the Minnesota game.
We all played bad. The whole secondary sucked.
Dak took you for a ride Sunday because he trying to rip the ball out Dak's hand. No, was it Zeke or Dak? Somebody took you for a ride.
I know one thing. I know we won't bring it up too much, but I know one thing. And Malcolm's my man.
Oh yeah.
But Malcolm looked like the Phantom Opera, the Matador when he went for that tackle. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Zeke came to him and then he just said woof. He just whiffed. And I don't know what happened. What type of tackle that was?
What no tackle?
But Zeke looked like him like, yo, what are you doing? Like, just move. Let me score real quick. Like, I don't know what that was.
Listen, nobody in the Eagles secondary, and this goes back to you. This is proof with your boy Corey Unlin.
Yeah,
they don't hit what they see. They heads are down every time they try to make contact. They trying to knock people off their feet.
Yeah.
Zeke is 220, Malcolm.
Yeah.
You 205, soaking wet.
Yeah.
And he has a full head of steam running your direction. And you're not even going to look up to see what you hit. You just trying to think you're going to hit him and do – what do he do? He do this shit? What the hell is this?
The Olay.
Like he did the
Olay.
Like he did a magic trick. Abracadabra, bitch, you going to go down. That's not
how
how it works.
The bottom line at the end of the day, and I'm something that we're going to move forward. We weren't prepared. We weren't ready. We just got outplayed. It felt like we didn't want that game. After they got up 14-0, you could just see that the wind was out of their sail. They just weren't ready for the game. You could just see it, and just the body language, the sideline, just how they were looking on the sideline. I just knew it just wasn't it. So I'm hoping that's one of the games that's behind us. It better be behind us. And going forward, now that we got this tough game in Buffalo that we'll talk about in a few minutes, I'm hoping that things were aired out this weekend, which a lot of stuff was, of course. But I hope there was some type of meeting between the players. And if it was something where a la T.O. Hugh Douglas getting into it back in the day, or when tried L.A. on Washington, like something like that. If we got to fight, we got to fight. I need something like that to happen so we can say, listen, as men, we got everything aired out. Let's do what we got to do going forward.
Listen, I forgot. ATS Sport Picks.
Yes,
ATS Sport Picks. Promo code A2D for 25% off. Go ahead and rock with it. Make yourself some money. Want to get that in there real quick.
Okay.
I disagree with you slightly. I think I would love for the problem right now that we're experiencing in the Eagles locker room, like much of the fan base out there, much of the A2D fan. I would love for it to be as clear cut and dry as 2 players who don't like each other, who having a disagreement. It's not that. To be honest, none of us know what the hell going on. Doug Peterson don't know what's going on. That's what makes it so troubling because it's a mystery.
He knows.
Because it's not just 2 people that are having a disagreement. It's a lot of dissension. It's a lot of finger pointing. It's a lot of name blaming and name calling and finger pointing and people playing the blame game. And it's just like I don't know. Like you said, let it all out. I need them to let it all out in Buffalo.
So Dougie knows. Let me say this: Dougie knows what's going on. He's going to act as if he doesn't know what's going on. Listen, Doug Peterson is a Super Bowl coach. He's been around Andy Reid. He's been around different coaches, Don Shula, the whole 9 yards. He knows how to handle the culture of the locker room. He knows as far as how to figure out how to do it. Now he's got to do it in this case right here.
Thank you. I'm so glad
he's got to do that. But the bottom line is, I'm just trying to think of a better way to say this. The bottom line is he has to get that pulse. And I know you're saying it could be a couple people. It could be a group. We don't know. But something is going on. Something is going on in that locker room that needs to be fixed. Now, here's the thing. As we all know, winning cures everything. All right? So Sunday they come into this game and they do the things. And again, it's going to be a tough game. We're going to discuss that. But if you get a win in Buffalo, which is going to be a tough win, that's a leg up. That's a leg up to say, hey, we might have something here. You know what I mean? We're not fully at strength. We got some distinction going on in the locker room, but this shows that we can come together and we can join together and do something. So maybe coming through all this, that winning situation where it cures could be something that comes to pass in this situation.
See, like Tommy used to do for Martin. Listen, this is glass half full over here. I'm calling. Listen, Howie.
It's not glass full here.
Howie, I've been calling your ass out for the last 6 weeks.
No, it's not glass full.
Doug,
here.
now your ass on the plate. You up next because this is the problem I have right now. Howie has dropped the ball with the draft and evaluating scouting players.
We know that.
Doug has completely dropped the ball with replacing Frank Wright, and I can't even say John DeFilippo, but Frank Wright just giving it.
No, you can say flip because the flip development with Carson was very intricate.
So
you can say flip too.
So Peterson sit here and serve the offensive coordinator position to Mike Groh on a silver platter when he can't even work. Somebody told me at work. Somebody told me at work. They said, "Well, how would you feel if they gave a third-round pickup for Robbie Anderson? This is like giving up for Golden Tate, and Golden Tate was better than and Nelson Aguilar." I was like, it don't matter who they trade for on offense because you don't have an offensive coordinator that knows how to use shit. What's it going? He can have. Listen, people who know y'all like good steak, y'all can have Kobe grass-fed beef out here, and be prime cut, just slaughtered. Perfect steak, succulent.
Right.
And have somebody in the kitchen that don't know what the hell they doing with it. That's what we have right now. It's big. To me, I understand it's the players in the locker room. What makes me frustrated the most is a lack of depth, lack of talent, but lack of game plan. Rod Marinelli, Kellen Moore, Clapper, Jason Garrett, Chris Richard, they just outclassed and outcoached the Eagles on Sunday night on a national stage. It looked like it was like we was a high school team out there.
Yeah.
And then you cut Scandrick, and then it comes out today. He's taking a media world tour, calling out Malcolm Jenkins. Malcolm responds, "I get it. That's a man to a man." But then on top of that, the biggest thing that I'm ashamed to say as an Eagles fan right now is our own Eagles organization, our own PR, our own media relations had to put out a tweet, a Scandrick, and praising Malcolm, saying that's dog. There's no need for that.
I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried.
Hold up, Ralphie.
Let me say this.
How bad is that?
I'm not worried about this. The question is this, and then we're back to the poll. Will the Eagles make the playoffs? That's the biggest question.
I gotta get through Sunday, man.
The question to the family out there, I need y'all to weigh in. Will the Eagles make the playoffs? And I'm going to say right now, no. It hurts me to say that right now. And it could change. But right now, no. And like you said, Pete, just to say what you said, I agree with you. We got to see what happens Sunday. Now, if we need to do Sunday, you got a Bears team. I know we're speaking going forward. I understand that. But you have a Bears team who's struggling as well. Trubisky was getting booed at home. That's maybe another winnable game. We'll see what happens from there. But the bottom line is, do I think they can make it right now? No. Ralphie?
It's tough, man. Because you still got to look at it where you're still one game back out of the division.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's the half full.
And a lot of things can happen from now until, the end of December, start of January. I still got hope for this team. I'm going to say agree. Say agree.
And I'm not knocking you off for saying that. I know you said disagree. I said disagree because the only thing I would say is this. You know this, even when we was at before.
Yeah.
My fanhood is on a year-to-year lease. Year-to-year lease. I'm not saying I'm jumping ship, but I'm talking about my investment and my belief and my faith.
Okay.
My time and my effort, my feelings, my emotions as I'm watching the game, going through that roller coaster with y'all. If you're not doing nothing to I have faith in you to do it, then I'm going to check out. And the consistency or lack that you know what they've been consistent at this year? Giving up more than 20 points. You know what they've been consistent at this year?
At least the last 2 games.
Having dirt-ass corners and Jim Schwartz calling single high safety or zero coverage. Like he out there. You know what they can be consistent in?
Well,
giving other teams' offenses opportunities on the.
Let me say this to that.
They had no timeouts at the end of the first half.
Let me say this.
And he got the middle of the field wide open.
Let me say this to that. I mean, Jim Schwartz has made a lot of mistakes. But honestly, man, I mean, if you were let me just put yourself in his situation. If you're given the hand that he's been dealt the last 3 to 4 weeks, I mean, dog, what can you do? You got
You
got
do what
third
you did against the Rams last year.
You got third and fourth. No, Craig James and listen.
I'm not talking about the scheme.
bums.
Remember the game against the
bums
Rams
they had
last
against
Sunday night.
the bums they had against Saints is kind of how the bums we got now.
True, but the scheme, it's like, and listen, I went back and watched. Shout out to my brother Chucks.
Okay.
Birds of a Feather on Tuesdays. He was like, bro, the schemes that he's asking them to do too much. You putting them on corner. You
But
putting
why?
them on.
But why? But why? To ask that question, I want to see if you got the answer. I'm gonna tell you why. If you see if you got it. Why? Why?
Zeke is running, but that don't make no sense, man.
No, listen to me. The issue is, and I've been saying it, and I'm gonna keep saying it. The strength of our defense is our defensive line. Right now, you schematically, if you're opposing team, you're gonna double fletch, and then you're gonna pay attention to what Graham's doing. Other than that, that's it. You're good. Everybody else, you single up.
Right.
Your defensive line is not strong, so he has to try to do what he can to make do. Now, it's right now it's horrible, but at the end of the day, he got lemons, but he can't make it. He can't squeeze them properly.
It's not just him though. See, I'm gonna take you on a timeline.
And your linebackers stink too. Keep that in mind. Your linebackers stink too.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna take you on a timeline. Why this right now? Jeffrey Lurie may need to come out and say something. If I'm Jeffrey Lurie and I'm seeing the moves that's happening so far throughout every level of my organization,
Howie?
Not just Howie.
Okay.
Follow me here. Howie, we got 2 second-round picks.
Who's his boy?
Can't do shit.
Who's his
You
boy?
feel what I'm saying? Well,
right.
no, I can't say JJ can't do nothing. He's not been given the opportunity.
Right.
He's not been given the opportunity
So
because
far he was, but
because
they gave up on him. Let's say that.
Right. And
Let's say
gave
that.
up on him.
Yeah.
We already see what we got in Sidney Jones, right?
Yes.
So take that down now to talent evaluation to Howie. We don't Deshaun out. We put all our speed burner in a 31-year-old basket, okay? Then you get Zach Brown. You already know you thin up linebacker. Nobody expected Nigel to go down. You get Zach Brown, who another team exec said on scouting, when I look at the Eagles and I look at the defense, Zach Brown was the best linebacker they had. Best linebacker they had. You cut him because he said some things about Kirk Cousins, and then you try to blame it on poor play.
And then you guarantee to win yourself the next week to Dallas.
Right.
Right.
Then you cut Scandrick. You see what he's saying.
Right.
But before that, follow me here with the linebacker position too.
I know what you're about to say.
You release L.J. Fort,
Who's starting for the Ravens?
who gets picked up like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Gets picked up like that.
Yeah.
Why is it that players from this team that can't succeed is going to other teams and able to contribute on short
I'm
weeks?
gonna tell you why. Because of coaching. Because of coaching, we need.
That's
to,
on every level,
we
bro.
need to
Go ahead and preach on it.
reevaluate. We need to. I've been calling for Corey Ullin said before the Super Bowl, but they just. I don't know if he has a picture of Peterson, or if he has a picture of Laurie or somebody in some type of crazy way. But this man has 9 lives. He's like a cat. He's like a Siamese cat. He just lives on and on and on. But him and you gave up my man. What's the lineman coach we had? I liked a lot.
Chris Wilson.
Chris Wilson.
Well, he went home. He went back
Daniels.
back close to his family, I think.
Okay, that's fine. But you still let him go. I mean, he was very good at what he did. And some of the moves. And I've been a Howie guy for a long time, man. But honestly, man, I woke up and smelled the Folgers.
Dog.
I woke up and smelled the Folgers. I mean, the Tate thing. I mean, people could say, well, what about Aguilar Tate? I mean, you got to question that a little bit. Some of the other moves, the drafting. This year, you pick up. You have 2 second-round picks the last 2 years, last 2 or 3 years, and they're both healthy scratches. Basically, not playing them both.
Would you
know
not
what I
like to
mean?
have Emmanuel Sanders on this team for?
I would love to have Emmanuel Sanders, but I know they weren't going to do it because he's just like, to me, honestly, and I don't know about y'all, family out there, you, Pete, anybody. My man Ralphie, but it feels like, and I don't know what's going behind the scenes, but this is what I'm just getting. I feel like this year Howie's sitting on his hands.
I'm glad. Me and Chuck went back and forth about this.
I think he's trying to will and deal. He's trying to cook in the kitchen, but I feel like he's just saying, okay, well, this is what I'm going to offer, and that's it. And I feel like this is just me. I don't know how you guys feel. I feel like because it's the fraternity. Let's keep it real.
Right.
The GMs are kind of like a fraternity, if you will, just like the football players, right?
Right.
And sometimes when you're fleecing GMs on a regular basis, it gets back to other GMs. They're saying, well, dang, he's lowballing you. He's lowballing this cat. Look what he's doing to this cat. Look what he's doing to this cat. And that kind of is like a defense mechanism. Other GMs where they're like, you know what? You offer me this? All right, I'm going to hang up. I'll call you back. You never call me back. I'm going to talk to the Rams right now and say, hey, let's sneed. Okay, this is what Howie offered me. What you got for me? oh, this is what you have? We're making a deal.
No, it's not even that.
You know what I'm saying?
I take
Like,
it,
it just
I
feels
take
like
it
that.
one step further.
Right?
One step further. I don't think, like Chuck says, I don't think it's how he's. See, when I think when you say how he's sitting on his hands, or how I say how he's sitting on his hands,
Okay.
he's not doing enough to make the deal done.
Because he's trying to lowball cats.
And Chuck's thing sitting on his hands. In all respect, you can see it. We had a conversation.
Right.
He thinks sitting on his hands. We hear that's him not doing anything. And I said this to him.
that.
I said, it's one thing to pick up the phone.
Right.
And act like you involved. And he said you've been rumored. The Phillies was rumored to everybody.
Nah,
They
let's
got
not
one
talk about
player.
that.
You see what I'm saying? They got one player. So how'd that work out? How'd that work out? So just
like I
because
said.
the Eagles show it, you hear something come out. The Eagles media team already showed you what they do. They took the low hanging fruit. It was no need for a multi-billion-dollar organization to come out after a player was cut and beat disgruntled and then run a Twitter campaign.
I mean, but let's keep it real.
That's shit that baby mamas do.
Pete, listen.
Am I right or wrong?
Let's keep it real, ladies and gentlemen. This is what these media people do nowadays. You see it all the time.
But at
Let me
whose
finish.
direction?
Let me finish. You see it all the time in basketball. A lot of media, a lot of the Twitter handles that go. You'll see the Houston Rockets going at the Pelicans. You'll see this and that. It's childish. I agree, but
Thank
it is what it is. It is what it is. That's.
But that goes
that's
to
low
proof
hanging
what
fruit.
Skandrick said.
Yeah, I mean, listen, a lot of stuff he's saying is probably true. Some of it's probably he's a little butthurt. Okay,
Right.
but there's the thing is this. My mom always said it, and I'm quite sure y'all heard it too. When you hear a lot of people saying the same thing, then you got to check yourself, because if they're saying the same thing, then obviously it's got to be true, right?
Right.
So
When there's smoke,
that's
there's
what
fire,
it is,
bro.
Exactly. So I mean, but the bottom line is, as a whole, as the core, and that's why I'm gonna go back to what I was saying earlier with the players meeting. The player, they had to have some type of council this week. Didn't come out, of course. Not going to. Whether it be Malcolm Jenkins, whether it be Sproles, whether it be Peters, just to name some a few. And I know people might say, well, they're not playing, but they're still there. So that's why I kind of feel comfort a little bit. I know
Why?
I feel comfort because you still have those veterans. You still have those
That's
veterans.
a problem. We shouldn't have had those veterans.
The veterans on the field. I agree with that part. But what I'm saying, as far as the distinction going on, I kind of feel like it kind of may turn around soon. Whether it hasn't or not, we don't know. But I think, along with winning, of course, because winning does cure everything.
Right.
I got kind of faith that some of those guys that are there, even though the old guys that people, like you just said, should leave, it may kind of turn around.
My thing is this. So we all know right now,
Right.
most of the polls saying they can't see him making the playoffs, right? What does this do for you at 1 o'clock on Sunday? Like, and this is my position. Let me just peel back the curtain a little bit.
Okay.
I got fam that live in Buffalo.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. They sell
fam, first cousins.
They selling noise right now.
First cousin, second cousin.
They selling noise.
Bro, not only they have not reached out and sold noise, but not only is they there, guess what,
At the
dog?
game?
They got season tickets. They in it.
Yeah.
They in it. So for me, it's like right now, I'm not sitting here saying they making the playoffs. What do I do at 1 o'clock on Sunday? Do I go out and do some shit in the yard?
You saying that they lose? You're saying?
No, I'm just saying
saying in
involved in the game in general. And the General A just walked through the door.
That's Pops. What's up, Pops?
Papa A just walked through the door.
Okay.
So listen, man, I'm being honest though. Like we already sitting here. Like what is the point?
No, I mean the point is it's the fandom. You're gonna watch your team. You're loyal. Listen, being an Eagles fan, and I've always said this, it's like being in a marriage, right? Being in a long time, whether it be a partnership, you with your girlfriend, a baby mama, whatever the case may be. It's like a marriage, man. It's like a union, like a commonwealth, if you want to say that. So for the PA people, and it's like you're going to love her, you're going to love him. Either way, he's going to piss you off, she's going to piss you off. But guess what? At the end of the day, she's my girl, and I'm going to love her. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like one of them things, man.
Real quick, in the YouTube, Harlem Cowboy showed his face.
Give him his props.
I made one comment.
Give him his love.
I said, y'all got that. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Then he kept saying some things about
Well, that's
Carson
what they
Wentz.
do.
And
Yeah.
I don't know if this is true. Now I'm gonna give you the name tag. The
Okay.
tag says North Dakota Mama.
Okay.
Says this is what happens when you bring a cowboy into the locker room. All that drama. He had to run to Skip Bayless, the cowboy lover, think he knows everything after 3 weeks being an Eagle. Cowboy comes in and says nothing to do with Cowboys your players were saying the last season. I will say this. Joe Giglio, if I see you in the street, I'm smacking the fuck out you.
Nah, you can't do that.
Straight up.
Can't do it.
Dog.
Can't do it, bro.
He said talent is not a talent. I don't want to hear anything about talent. Carson needs to pick this team up, win the game. What part of the game, like what responsibilities are we putting on these coaches? Like I hear everybody, like even me, we talk about the talent in the secondary, talent in the secondary. You said it about Jim Schwartz, the defensive line. Dog, listen, defensive line, trash. Linebackers
Trash.
right now ain't healthy. Secondary healthy. But I still remember it's the same coordinators, the same setup. Last year, Sunday Night Football, we went into L.A. and we shocked the world because Jim Schwartz went more to his zone coverage.
But what did he have last year though? What was his strength last year?
You think the defensive line was the strongest?
Last year? We weren't banged up last year in the defensive line. Jernigan was back. We was good.
Ah, man, listen.
We was good. Here's the bottom line. I mean,
I feel you on the defensive line, but they got to cover for 5 seconds.
Like I said, here's the thing.
Go ahead.
People going to say what they're going to say about Wentz because again, he's the quarterback. He's the leader. He's going to take it. Now, let's keep it real. And I'm a Wentz guy. I'm a Wentz wagon guy. I'm with him. I'm riding with him till the wheels fall off. That's my man. I mean,
of course.
But let's keep it real. He has some horrible throws. I mean, the pass to Jeffrey right at the 1 yard line trying to score, that was too high. Manu Bol couldn't catch that out of the grave.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So and the accuracy at times and okay, yes, the line didn't hold up at times. I get that, but he just hasn't been on, man. You could just tell him coming to the game. I always look at that. I don't know about y'all, but when the game's starting, I start looking at the players, the body language, how they looking. You know what I'm saying? The command in the huddle. And after that 14-0 situation,
it was over for any team.
Not necessarily. There's some guys, there's some players that still kind of get it together. But you can just tell, man. Even his body language wasn't right, man. But he just, and we can say as far as him being off, his mechanics and all that. How much is that Frank Wright? How much is that D Flip? As we know, and it's documented, when they were here, they were with them almost every day.
Yes.
I mean that Monday after the game, they were saying, look, what are you seeing here? Going over the film, we don't know that's being done. We don't know what Grove's doing. We don't know what Press Taylor, whoever his name is, we don't know what these guys are doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just different, man. The regime is different. The feel is different right now. But Carson's got to figure it out, man. This is the game. Now this is the game. Carson's our franchise player. He's got to play out this world. But I hate to put on the shoulders.
But if the game
but
plan,
he just has to.
If the game plan ain't there, bro, like that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
if the X's and O's ain't there, no matter what you want to do.
The game plan would say, okay, so if you're the Eagles, defensively, I'm gonna say this, and we're gonna jump right into the game. Defensively, you stop their run because they're great with the run. You contain Allen because Allen he's got great.
Take away Allen's first.
Hold on, let me finish. You take away his first read, of course, and then also you take away his legs because he's good with his legs, and you contain him, but you make him beat you. That's gonna be the game plan. That's on defense.
Yeah.
Offense, you're running the rock. You're trying to control the clock. It's going to be tough. Dougie P's got to stay with it because their defense is so good. The secondary is just awesome, man. I ain't going to lie. The secondary is a problem. So you might want to see some misdirection. You might want to see some screens, wide receiver screens. Getting your boy Aguilar in space, even though people are down in Aguilar, we still need Aguilar.
Most explosive offensive weapon that you have.
Yeah. So get him in space.
Him and Goddard.
Goddard. So, I mean, that's the keys to the game going forward.
Go ahead, Ralph. You was going to say something.
The thing that hurt the Eagles to start their game was the Alshon pass interference flag getting picked up.
Yep.
And then the next play, Dallas Goedert fumbling to start the game.
Momentum.
Was he hit hard or something like that?
No, it was Jalen Smith. He can't.
Dallas caught the ball, turned, and started running, and then Jalen Smith came over and knocked it out. Yeah.
So I'm gonna get this is a tale of two teams. I can't believe I'm doing this. I cannot believe I'm doing this, to be honest with you. But the Eagles themselves are in denial.
Okay.
When Skandrick said that they ride on hard the Super Bowl win, you got rookies who in that was his first year, came in on the Super Bowl. There's some truth to that.
Okay.
And it's up to the coaches, especially the head coach, to kind of temper that and reset expectations. Belichick does it damn near every year or every other year, right?
Right.
Look at this. Dallas has a problem assigning young players to second contracts while we bringing back 9-10-year vets.
Yeah.
It's a tale. It's two different teams.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go further with that. Look at the regimes. Like, look at what we used to deal with 10, 15 years ago with Joe Banner. Joe Banner wasn't trying to hear that. Howie's like the opposite, where he's more loyal to these guys to the fault.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So let's go there. I mean, let's just say that. And yeah, I was praising Howie for being loyal, but now it's kind of biting into the foot. It's shooting into the foot.
Loyalty to a fault, bro.
Yeah.
Because that loyalty can come back to bite you, and that's kind of where we at.
Yeah.
Listen, let's be honest. Brandon Graham, biggest play in Eagles, one of the biggest play in Eagles history, strip sack, secured the Super Bowl for us, right? With that being said, is he worth $40 million? Would you not rather see that somewhere else? The Alshon Jeffrey right now probably running a 5.140.
Yeah.
5.140.
If that.
Now he in the books for $15.6 million next year.
Yeah.
Darren Sproles, wow, I love him, dog. I could have loved you when you were staying in San Diego, bro. Like,
yeah, I gotta admit, I wanted him back, but he can't stay on the field.
And I take it even further.
Yeah.
Not only it's one thing if you want to bring these vets back,
Right.
It's another thing when you bringing these vets back and you want them to carry on the same roles and carry the same weight that they did to a team 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
Not 3 years ago.
Yeah.
We all know that NFL is an ever-changing league.
It
Players in, players out. It's a revolving door.
Players only last 4 years. That's the
So with that
the
being
norm
said,
for
like you said, Howie now, besides the fact that his scouting evaluation sucks, his loyalty to these players, and I understand, it makes this a feel-good story. We don't want to see him go, but you have to make the tough decision.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to make the tough call.
I mean, listen, this next couple games, we may be having different talks going forward, man. I mean, this offseason, of course, if they're not a 10-6 team, if they're not a team that makes the playoffs, and if they're not a team that goes far, either way, even if they make the playoffs, you still got to make moves. I mean, Aguilar's definitely going. We already know that.
Right.
The Jeffrey thing, there's nothing you can do about that.
But
he's got to get creative. But here's the thing. Howie's got to get creative, man. He's got to figure out that Zen something to figure out evaluation, going back to the drawing board, maybe talking to New England, see how they have it. I mean, he has a close relationship with them, from what I understand. Maybe going back, talking to them and see how they evaluate, picking their brain. But something's got to be different, man, because – and I understand when you're GM, you make these moves in the draft, it's hit or miss. But when you're getting a lot of hitting and missing on a regular basis, that's just not a good thing, man.
Listen, to me, to be honest with you, I think Howie just needs to fucking step away from scouting evaluation, bro. Let Andy
give it to somebody else. Let somebody run it.
Let Andy Waddell just handle it and get away. Now, I will say this: in North Dakota Mama says that Dak has Zeke to make him look good. I will say this: we all know Zeke kills the Eagles every time.
Yeah.
But this is the thing about Dak.
Right.
I will say this. I'm not afraid to say this.
Dak kills us too.
I think Wentz, player to player, ability-wise, is a better player than Dak. But I'd be damned to sit here and say that Wentz has a better infrastructure than Dak right now.
I'm going to say this
Dak has a better infrastructure around him. They have players like Michael Gallup. They went out and got Randall Cobb.
Yeah, they got weapons.
Besides
Tavon Austin.
Besides tight end, that's their weakest position.
Yeah, I'm going to say this to that. Honestly, I think Dak's a different player. I mean, and again, I hate to say this, but I'm just being real. I just think right now he's balling. I mean, he's balling out of his mind. I got to give him his props. Some of the games he has some of his flaws in some of the games, but when he plays us, he looks like freaking Steve McNair from the grave or something. I don't know what it is, but when he plays us, it's just like he's a different quarterback, man. You know, it's a tale of two tapes.
Now, I will say this, and then we can get to the YouTube, to the Facebook chat. So I just want to say this: Michael Robinson chimes in. Thank you for rocking with us, Mike. Said the Eagles have to become a run-first team with Howard, and that would keep the defense. I agree with you to a point, but you can't. Once you get down 14-0, you can't have your quarterback only throw the ball 8 times and a half. Like that negates running the ball. And Doug's out here running draws on third down, trying to catch people off guard.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. Now,
go ahead.
Let me say this to that. When you look at the all 22, and I looked at some of it, they're not executing.
No,
that 3rd and 4, that's Miles. That was a good call. There was
Miles. His vision is horrible.
There was a huge hole in his vision. He ran right into the other hole, the wrong hole.
Yep.
And Doug even said it. He's like he ran into the wrong hole, which is true. If you look at all 22, there was a big behind hole where you and me could have ran through that thing, right? Ralph, you could have joined us too. but not even that. There's plays. There was a couple plays that Wentz had. Who was it? Was Aguilar wide open a couple times, and he's no. It was Sanders. It was like a wheel route, but it was kind of like a pick. I forget. I think it was Aguilar or Jeffrey that came over. He ran like a dig or something, and they had Sanders come out on a wheel, and he was open. Wide open. Would have been a 30-yard game. Wentz missed it. So, yes, we understand the coaching, blah, 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 but there is times
Players have to execute.
these guys are put in the right situation, and previous to last year, or previous to 2017 year, when they were executing, they're not doing it now. That's bottom line.
Lane Johnson probably had his worst game as a pro, getting beat by DeMarcus Lawrence at 80 for lunch.
Absolutely.
Now, Harlan Cowboys said, here we go. Listen, dog, I sat here and told you, right now, y'all coaching everything, I would say besides head coach, everything top to bottom is better than our organization.
Yeah,
right now.
if they listen, Harlem Cowboy, I'm gonna say this to you: if you guys have a different coach, you guys going Super Bowl, straight up. And I'm keeping it real. Y'all gonna write a Super Bowl. All right. So my man Bill Middlebrooks, Facebook says ATD Live. I don't think so. This is a must-win because then you can go 6-2 to be 10-6 and lose means 7-1. Don't you see it? We need to win and believe we do, just like the GB game. Now I'm glad he said that. Here's what I say to what he's saying. we feel that we flash. For whatever reason, what it was, we flashed against Green Bay. And one of the things we did was we controlled the clock. We won a time possession. Carson had 3 touchdowns. He threw for 160. So I would say to some degree that is the formula. We always said that is the formula. Going into this game is a perfect segue to go into that actual formula to where you're controlling the clock, running the ball, balanced attack. This is the team to do against. Now, people may say with the secondary, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. But Dougie's got to stick to the script, man. That's the bottom line going forward. I think if we play like we need to play in mistake-free football, I think we'll be good going forward.
Maybe. I'll say this. Going into this game with Buffalo, take away Josh Allen's first read. Just to echo off what you said. The defense, if I can see more 21 personnel, everything to get away from their corners.
Yeah.
The soft game is running the ball.
Yeah.
The game plan is going to be very much like Green Bay, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, do I think the Eagles can win the game? In every football pool that I played this week, I picked the Eagles to win the game.
Yeah,
Why? I have no idea.
The line is 1.5.
Because I'm not a big believer in Buffalo, and you look at the teams that they beat throughout their record, their point differential is like the lowest in the league.
Yeah, I think they average like 17 points.
No, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the point differential.
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
So the Eagles really need to define themselves, but for me, it's on a week-to-week basis. I can't speak about the rest of the year like Bill can.
Yeah,
I can't. I need to take this Sunday, this game, put it in its own vacuum, and move forward from there.
So Connor Timmons says, listen, Connor, thanks for rocking with us, man. Connor Timmons says the Eagles have the pieces to do something great. They just can't fit them together. Wentz is underperforming, and the running back spot is always a toss-up if they perform.
But Connor, listen, that's game plan. That's game plan. That's coaching.
And I don't think Howard's been balling. Let me say this: Howard was averaging 5 yards a carry, man. I know he had 15 touches, 50 yards. But if you can just continue to keep him moving, man, and I know they couldn't give it to him a lot more because the game just got out of hand. But running like we've been saying going forward a few minutes ago, if they stick to that, Howard, I would say give that man 20 carries, man. He's been rocking and rolling, man. So I can't say that about that, Connor.
Now, Jalen Williams, I was saying right, Jalen, over on YouTube, he says, you got to blame Deuce for that with the vision. If you notice, all our running backs that we draft, their vision sucks. Our running backs that learn how to run elsewhere have success in our system because the O-line does run block well.
No, I blame that. I disagree with that. I blame that on Miles because Miles still thinks it's college.
Yeah.
Miles, if you notice, and I'm going to keep it, and I know Zeke is Zeke is a beast. But when Zeke first started off, he did the same thing too. Yeah. But he quickly figured out, I can't do this. I got to run through between the tackles.
Zeke is a completely,
you know what I'm saying?
Zeke is a completely
and I
different
said
animal.
that. I said that he's a beast. But to that degree, as a first-year rookie running back coming in, you're like, I can bounce outside like in college.
Yeah.
No, you can't. That's what I'm saying.
He wants to bounce everything else.
Yeah,
so
you
if
can,
that's
bro.
On that 3rd and 4th,
you got to hit that. One thing about and listen, and I couldn't stand Smallwood.
Right.
But one thing you can say about Smallwood when he was here, he hit that hole every single time. Boom, right to the hole. Right. And that's what Miles has to do. Miles got to hit the hole, man. Just hit it. The runs that he's having, he can have more yards, but he wants to bounce everything. He wants to juke. He wants to percolate. He wants to dance. You know what I mean? Get to the hole. Come on.
If that's Howard on that 3rd and 4, that's a first down.
That's a first down, man.
If that's Howard on the 3rd and 4, it's a first down. So you want to get right now. We'll focus on this. Eagles win Sunday.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I've been off. I've been 0-2 the last 2 weeks.
Ralphie, Eagles win Sunday?
Oh God.
Yeah, I got him bouncing back.
You got him bouncing back?
Now, let me ask you guys this real quick,
Yes,
because
sir.
me and my buddies were talking about this. With the trade deadline coming up next week, right, the 24th, if we lose this game,
29th, right?
yeah, my bad.
Okay.
Next week, if we lose this game, do you still make a trade?
Are we sellers? You saying?
Do you still go out and get a
Yes.
Chris Harris?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Because you're still in it. I mean, listen, Dallas has a tough schedule. Everyone's all these Cowboy fans out here looking like they just excited right now, like they're at a parade. But you guys have a tough. You got Minnesota
They have
coming
the
up.
toughest schedule in the league.
They got Minnesota. Who was it? Minnesota. Help me out, Ralphie. It's like a gauntlet. Like the next 3 to 4 games.
Yeah, look it up,
Detroit.
hold
I can't remember all, but it's a tough schedule. So Dallas can easily. I think they play. They play Green Bay.
They still play. No,
Minnesota,
they play Green Bay. They
Detroit.
lost.
And they
They
got to
lost to
go
Green
to
Bay.
New England.
Yes, thank you. That's what it was. It's Minnesota, Detroit, New England. Boom. That's tough. So they're going to lose. They could lose 2 out of 3 of those games because Detroit's balling right now on the offensive side. Minnesota's playing crazy. Dalvin Cook's a freaking beast.
Because he got Gary Kubiak.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. So, I mean, listen, we're right. We're still in the hunt, man. So, yes, you could make a move.
Do I still think they can win the NFC East? Yes.
Yes.
But
9-7 probably wins it for you.
it's so much BS with this team and players that just don't want to take accountability. And like I said, when you know you're in the wrong, sometimes you have an argument with your significant other, or if it's a parent and a child,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. When you know you're doing wrong, when you could tell by the way they react. And the Eagles, even Malcolm Jenkins was so quick to react. And I can tell you, Malcolm, that shit he said about Malcolm was probably true because you know why? Malcolm still hasn't gotten paid.
Yeah.
Yet, and he knows that he won't be here next year.
He knows it. He
You
knows
see what I'm
it.
saying? And I want to
He knows it.
go back to so when
He knows it.
when you look at it from that perspective, it's like, dang, it's starting to show that much that a dude who got cut came back, played 2 more games to get cut again.
Yep.
He can see it.
Yep. So what I'm thinking is, a lot of these veterans, guys that have been around the organization for at least a couple years, 3 to 4 years, what case may be, the core. I'm thinking in their mind, it's going to be a switch. We're going to switch back. We're going to get guys back. We're going to get guys. We're going to win a few here or there, and then it's going to be like a light switch, and then we'll just pick it up.
Right.
But sometimes that always doesn't happen. I'm hoping it does happen, but I'm thinking the brass, the masses, the guys that make that locker room go, the ones at the core, I'm thinking deep in their mind, Ralphie, I think they're thinking that okay, we're going to switch. It's going to switch sooner or later. We don't know what it's going to be. You know, you got Jordan coming back. The most bizarre, let me say this to the family out there. The most bizarre thing is the Deshaun Jackson case.
Sure.
Like honestly, I heard somebody on the radio say, I'm not gonna say the name, but I said, yo, that's kind of real. This reminds me of a situation that we all know about that drove us crazy. The Andrew Bynum situation with the injury. Is he playing or is he not playing? Is he gonna play? What's going on? This doctor says
There's no
this.
real timetable. They haven't.
That's what I'm saying.
They never came out and
It's
said
like
exactly
the
what the injury
Andrew
was,
Bynum
how long he
situation.
would be out. It's
Exactly.
been week to week. So with that being
and
said,
he didn't get surgery, and he should have
Right.
got it.
and with that being said,
Yeah.
you need to go do everything in your power to go get Robbie Anderson.
Who, by the way, is on the Raiders radar.
And somebody who, I mean, he's not as fast as Deshaun, but more
he's
durable
fast.
than Deshaun.
Yeah.
And he's that deep threat as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
That we need
Yeah.
bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
You definitely need more speed. And I want to speak to a point that you had said earlier. Go
But
ahead.
that's how we say when we said earlier about sitting on your hands. I feel like Howie at times is sitting on hands because the Raiders got Zay Jones, and they're still looking.
because
They're still tweaking.
well, they had another wide receiver go down. Derek Carr was throwing the wide receivers I never even heard. Like I never even heard of.
I think didn't Terrell Williams get hurt too? I think Terrell Williams got hurt
so
too.
So they need it. So, but now with the Raiders themselves they gave up some picks.
yeah,
So-
but they're still at it. That's what I'm saying. They're still at it.
They still chopping at it. So
Yeah.
because they know Robbie Anderson, somebody they can go ahead and resign.
Yeah.
But I want to speak about.
Go ahead.
I want to say this though, and I understand we kill him because he did the alligators on Sunday, lost the ball in the lights. That's 2 games in the dome. When it comes to Nelson Aguilar, I just want people to say this, and I'm not a Nelson apologist.
Okay.
His raw skills, and when he does catch the ball and he gets in the open field, If you put Nelson Aguilar on San Fran, if you put Nelson Aguilar on the L.A. Rams, if you put Nelson Aguilar on the New England Patriots, Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, Josh McDaniels will find a way to make you work. You put Nelson Aguilar on the Buffalo Bills.
I don't know about that, buddy.
No, I forget the name of the offensive coordinator.
Brad Dable. I don't know about that.
Yeah,
one,
the name, but him, he was over there with Sean McVay. He came from the same system. Now, I'm just saying.
I get what you're pointing with the other three. I got what you're saying. I'm with you.
The coordinators' positions on this team need to step it up.
I agree.
Need to step it up
majorly.
And stop putting your players in positions where they can't win. I understand they still have to execute. But when you out there asking for miracles, especially on the defensive side of the ball, especially at the secondary position, it's not going to happen. You don't have 23-year-old safeties out there who can just cover field to field. We've never had a center fielder like that.
Right.
And this is the biggest knock. You had chances to draft players and you didn't do it.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you, man. I mean, we got some soul searching, man. I mean, we got to go to mass, we got to go to church, got to go revival, got to go somewhere because we got to do some soul searching, man. The players need soul searching, the coordinator needs soul searching, Dougie P needs soul searching, Peter and I and Ralph need soul searching. We all need it. But the bottom line is, at the end of the day, I think the Eagles going to win. Now, my man Hector Barrios Ortiz is on the line. My man, thanks for rocking with. He said, "I love my Eagles, but we're not winning on Sunday. The Bills D is legit top 5 in the league, and our defense is one of the worst, if not the worst D on the NFL. Our offense is struggling. I just don't see us beating a good team like the Bills, and the Bills are a good team. The Bills are a good team on defense. They're excellent on defense. Their secondaries are just doing their thing. However, they have a problem against the rush. And like Pete said earlier, and like I've been saying, it's the same formula that you did against Green Bay. You got to run right at them. And then the laws of attrition. After that third and fourth quarter, when you're going downhill at them, you're going to see the attrition.
And now the only difference was two big differences. One, against Green Bay, Josh Allen's no Aaron Rodgers.
Yep,
that's good. Two, Josh Allen's no Aaron Rodgers. That's bad because guess what? If Josh Allen's first read ain't there, he has a lane, he's taking the hell off.
That's why you got to contain him.
He can run. Yeah. I just don't know. Now, in that position, I don't know who we had that would be able to contain him.
Well, they're probably going to spy Jerry or Jenkins.
Now, I want to speak to Connor Timmons real quick at Facebook. He said, if you trade for Robbie Anderson and Djax comes back, what then? That's the problem. We thinking too small. We thinking like you can't.
Yeah, what's wrong? Have more weapons.
You see what I'm saying? Like you can't just think because we have this type of wide receiver, we have this type of wide receiver. That's it. No, you
have enough weapons.
You need speed all over the field. And this is another thing.
Look at KC.
Bill Middlebrook. I'm tired of people mentioning Ertz's name. I'm over it. I'm over it.
He disappeared.
I've been calling for Goddard ever since last year since we got drafted. I don't know what else you need to see.
Billy Middlebrooks, milk carton. Hashtag milk carton.
I don't know what you need to see more when you compare Goddard and Ertz. The only thing Ertz has over Goddard is a slightly better route runner.
Yeah.
Everything else, the checkbox of the pro, who wins that is Goddard. Blocking, better. Hands, about the same. Taking contact, being explosive after you catch the ball. Goddard. I don't know what else you need to see. This is why I'm starting to hear rumblings now.
Right.
Say, heaven forbid they lose. Could Ertz be on the trade block?
I don't think it'll be this year. I don't think it. I mean,
you know his cap number next year is ridiculous, and you're not gonna pay him.
I know, but that's Ginger Man's boy. I don't see
Ginger,
it, man.
Ginger Man need to grow up.
They traded Jordan Matthews, bro, and that was his boy too.
His boy too, but still, I mean, Ertz is a little bit different though. You know, I just don't listen. I'm with you, Pete. I think God is a stud. Hence, that's why we trade up to get him.
Right.
And I think God should be used a lot more, and he's being used before more than when he was last year. But they need to continue to use him more in that 12 personnel. But Ertz got figured out. Now listen, I know the game planning for him, and this what happens when you don't have Deshaun Jackson. This is what happens when you don't have another weapon like a Robbie Anderson. Like when you have too many weapons, like Pete's saying, which I agree with, to Connor. You never have the thing is you never have enough weapons. Look at the Patriots. Look at the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah. The Kansas City Chiefs got a freaking track team. Guys everywhere that's just pew, 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 pew. So, I mean, the point is you can never have enough guys out there.
No, and the Kansas City Chiefs, and they realized early. They realized early, okay, well, Mahomes He can throw it this far. He can get it out. We need to create space.
Absolutely.
So they said speed, speed, speed.
Yeah.
The Eagles have not seen that. They don't. It's almost like, and I said this a couple weeks ago. It's almost like the team doesn't know who they want to be on offense or defense. Go ahead, Ralph.
So going on the Skandrick video that you were talking about on Twitter,
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Fletcher Cox has now chimed in.
Speaking of Fletch, man, we got. Oh, that's my YG.
He did
Wait, he's
he
gonna
did the
have to-
retweet with the comment, and he said all in caps, "Oops, oops,
By the way, that's part of my YG. I just remembered. Remember I was talking about that.
oops."
Oops. Oops of what?
Listen, man, we live in the age where these guys. Listen, these guys are millennials, man. These guys are millennials, and I can guarantee you, Pete, the guy that's running the Twitter on the Eagles is a millennial. This is what they do, man.
But whose direction?
With the oops situation,
No, just him tweeting it out like that's
Say oops?
The original tweet was Skandrick and Kendrick
Right.
and Jenkins. That should not be like he should not have gotten the green light to do that. Now I'll say
It
this:
is what it is, man.
Everybody's millennial,
It is
right?
what it is.
You know where millennials don't act like millennials?
what's that?
Go ahead and take a trip up north. Good old Foxborough. The millennials up there don't act like millennials. I don't even know if they tweet out there.
But Tommy, get
I
out
don't,
the
even,
car.
I don't even know if they have IGs
Get out the
out
car.
there.
Get out the car.
You see what I'm saying? So, like, this is my thing. It starts at the head, and I heard this from a caller.
Well, he said it. He said it.
on local sports
he
radio.
said that though. He said it starts at the head.
But
Skandrick
this
said
is the
that.
thing. Once you set the tone of being a player's coach,
Okay.
it's hard to near impossible to come back, and once you lose control or things start to go left, to
Can't
change
regain
your
it.
identity and become a hard ass,
Yeah.
a
A Belichick.
totalitarian.
Yeah, Belichick.
You see what I'm saying? Like you can't do that. You need to set that tone from the beginning.
Yeah, I
and
agree.
now you got the Eagles. They said he lets the locker room police itself. You can't let the locker room police itself. If you got somebody that's wearing a seat that you don't want to pay, that you know ass ain't gonna be here, how much vested is he gonna be in?
That's a great point, man. I mean,
Why you gonna bet? You see what I'm saying?
and he's saying on camera, he's saying the right things, but what's he saying behind the scenes?
Not what he's saying behind the scenes.
Or what's he not doing?
What's his actions?
Stop? Yeah, what's his actions rather? Yeah.
Listen though,
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
I'm
what's his
Peterson
action?
right now, even if you win Sunday, you need to make a change definitely at the offensive coordinator position because you had less with Frank Wright in 2016. Less with Frank Wright in 2016. Once again, less with Frank Wright in 2016, and the offense looked better. That shows you, Doug, swallow your pride,
Yeah,
Doug.
I mean-
Stop trying to cover up for Mike Grove's mistakes and his faults and his shortcomings.
but he's
And
not.
you need
Listen.
to get an equal counterpart like you did with Frank Wright
They
by
will
your
next
side,
year.
and you work.
They will next year.
I don't. If
They
you
will
got a
next
chance
year.
if you got a chance to win the NFC East, like you just said, Dallas schedule. We don't know we don't know game by game, but
Right.
we know
We in
they
there.
playing Minnesota, Detroit, New
Absolutely.
England. Those are 3 of their games.
Yeah, I got it right here.
All right, go ahead.
Giants, Vikings,
Win.
Lions,
Loss.
Pats, Bills, Bears, Rams, Eagles, Redskins.
See right there, that's tough. That's a tough schedule. Other
That's a
than
tough
other than
schedule.
the Redskins,
That's
other
the
than-
remaining of their schedule.
Other than the Redskins, other than the Giants, you can see them losing at least 3 to 4 games out of that pack. So I mean, listen. The bottom line is, at the end of the day, you're at the point where guys gotta step up in the locker room, and most importantly, guys got to step out on the floor rather, on the field rather. They got to step up and they got to show. If you are wearing that seat, like you said, show it off the
Lead by your action, man.
off the field and on the field. That's the bottom line. At the
and-
end of the day.
It is, and this is my thing. The point what you said about making a change at one of the coordinators' positions.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you don't replace Mike Groh,
Right.
Doug needs to either take on more of the responsibility yourself, because this is my thing. What does Mike Groh bring to the table? What has he shown you that he's bringing to the table that's
We don't
positive?
see nothing. There's no evidence. We don't know.
I'm talking about just in the game plan on the field.
We don't know.
They're predictable.
Yeah.
That play from Tavon on, and then same thing with Jim Schwartz.
It's
I swear our defensive players are not coached up not to follow misdirection. It's like a freaking dog looking at a steak or looking at a treat. It goes this way, shit going this way. Every time.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I just know. I know first it starts with that's the guy that's got to go first on the defensive side. Listen, I've been screaming for this man to get fired for.
Right.
And again, let me put this thing out there. I usually don't like people lose their jobs. All right, I don't want people to get fired, but this man is abysmal, and I don't know how he's still here.
Listen,
he's
because
he's been here 7, 8, 9 years.
Because this is the
9
thing.
years.
This is the thing. If you fire Erlin, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you fire Erlin,
Right.
it's a scapegoat. You know why I say that? Because Erlin is not responsible for putting the fucking game plan.
No, he's not.
Defense. And listen, I get it. We don't
But
have the
his secondary
talent.
sucks.
We don't have the talent. I get that, and maybe he may not be coaching them up. But if the players, sometimes you got to protect the players from themselves.
Right.
See
And
what I'm saying?
put him in the right position.
And put them in the right position.
Right.
And Jim Schwartz, we can clearly see, is not doing that. Amari Cooper wasn't even 100%,
No.
and he's still burning cats.
Well, that one, I'm gonna say this to that. That one pass was a hell of a throw by Dak.
Yeah, and
That was a hell of a throw. I mean,
and I'm
ain't nothing
not
you do
saying-
about that.
Right,
And I'm just picking out one sequence. But I'm just saying some of the plays,
yeah.
ain't nothing you can do about it. That was just a hell of a throw.
Yeah, and-
Bottom line.
Go ahead.
Bro, the move that he put on Amari Cooper, that he put on Rasul Douglas, the double move, the fake to slant that went. Oh my God, that was dirty, dude.
He's probably the best route runner in the
Yeah.
league.
He is.
And I would say,
Yeah.
and listen,
He is.
I know North Dakota mama not gonna want to hear this, and she's still in the YouTube chat.
Yeah.
But dog, listen, if the Cowboys don't sign these bitch, the Eagles need to do everything in their power. And this is 3 times. 3 times, right?
I think we got more problems.
But I hear you. But this is 3 times.
Yeah.
3 times with Howie sitting on his hands or not doing enough to get
Yeah.
the deal done. The first time was Amari Cooper last year. They offered a second for Amari Cooper.
Okay.
Dallas said, we'll take a first.
Go ahead. What else you got?
We'll offer a first. Second, Clowney.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Second,
And
Clowney.
you were screaming on. I was like, just chill, relax.
Nah.
But no, you're right. I agree with that.
Third, Ramsey. And I tell you why Ramsey. Because the scenario you played out. Listen, this is
Okay,
how
go
it
ahead.
went.
Go ahead.
This is how it went.
Go ahead.
Eagles offered a first and a second and a fourth. 1, 2, and a fourth.
Right.
All in the same draft.
Okay.
Les Snead call.
Yep.
We'll give you 2 1s and a fourth.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Howie,
What you got?
you want to
What
match.
you looking like?
Howie said
No.
No. That's why I said that.
Sit on his hands. Now, y'all know how I feel about the Ramsey situation. You're going to give up a lot for that. So
Either way.
it is what it is. I'm okay with that. But the Clowney situation, slam dunk, man. You have Clowney in there. Clowney helps you out so much, man. I mean, that and the Cooper thing. So I agree. Those two for sure. I mean, how we sitting on this. And some of it sometimes is when you and somebody kept saying this today, when you have success like they did in 2017, sometimes you smell yourself.
Yeah.
That's just in life.
Exactly. That's what Scandrick said.
That's just in life, man. Like, you know, you made on top of the world. You got a promotion at your job, and you're working.
You get complacent.
Yeah, you get
You
complacent.
don't wanna
And
work as
after a
hard.
year, you're still smelling yourself like, yo, I got that raise. I'm making like $20,000 more.
Right.
But at the end of the day, your performance might be falling a little bit. You're not still that same guy you were last year. There's some laws of attrition. I mean, there's some type of decline maybe a couple years that happened.
Yep.
So I mean, and I think in Howie's mind, he feels like, yo, I'm still the man. I mean, I brought a championship. I'm the only one to bring a championship here to Philly. What, 60 years? It took 60 years, whatever, right?
Right.
But at the end of the day, yeah, you made moves that year, you did your thing, but like you said, it's a year-to-year situation. And that's how life is. It's a year-to-year situation. What have you done for me lately, Janice said. And that's where we at right now. And Howie's got to realize that, yo, you know what? My stuff don't smell that good no more.
Yeah.
And it smells like poo-poo. What's that song? Roses really smell like ooh poo-poo.
Outkast song.
Roses really smell
It's
like.
called Roses.
Yeah, but his ain't smelling good right now. So Howie's got to he's got to wake
So-
up, bro.
So I'm gonna be. I hate to keep going back to this, but I see.
We gotta move
certain-
forward, man. We gotta move
I
forward.
see certain teams
Okay.
on the uptick from players to
Yeah.
all the way to coaching. It's a dude in Dallas right now
Ah.
that's behind Rob Marinelli.
Real quick, Chrome, my man Chrome.
I
What's
hope
up,
you
man?
feeling better, Chrome.
He said, "Don't forget Fitzpatrick." That's another one. He sat on his hand for Minka.
Oh yeah,
Minka. That's another one. What was that? They offered a first for him, Pittsburgh, right?
Just the first this year.
Yeah.
That's
and
all.
how he
Ridiculous.
said how he said like this. Okay, I'm gonna offer you a second or a third, whatever he offered. And he said, "Okay, hold on a second, Mr. Roseman. All right, what's my man's name in Pittsburgh? I forget his name. The GM in Pittsburgh.
I
forget his name. What you got? Okay, first round, done deal.
done deal. And this is the thing with Minka. It's a safety position. It's younger, and you know
Interchangeable.
interchangeable,
Yeah,
and you
move
know you're
around.
not bringing Jenkins back. So it could just go on and on.
Yeah.
But I say that to say this:
Got you.
Chris Richard down there in Dallas.
Yes,
Rob
sir.
Marinelli's not going anywhere.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something needs to happen. They're not going to do it with players. They try to do it. They try to send a message with Zach Brown. The shit backfired.
Yeah.
You got Duke Riley that you traded with Atlanta. He hasn't seen the field.
Nope.
You have Ronald Darby.
Special teams, that's it.
Ronald Darby, Sidney Jones, dressed, did not DNP.
I think Ronald's playing this week. He's playing this week for sure.
I mean, whatever.
Against his old team.
Homecoming for Ronald.
Homecoming. It might be a good big game for him.
So
We
we all got the Eagles winning.
Yeah.
I'm
What else we
tired.
got?
I can't take any more of the drama.
Okay.
Harlem Cowboys are out there in the YouTube trying.
All right,
to
let him do his thing. We gonna let him be great.
Stir a wins versus that.
Let him be great.
And it's,
but that's all. But let me say this: all the Cowboys fans with the narrative with the Winston Dak thing. Let's just leave that alone.
y'all should not even worry about that.
Yeah,
man.
don't even worry about that. It is what it is right now. You guys know you have better weapons. Come on, man. You guys have better weapons right now. Wentz doesn't have the weapons that Dak has. Come on, man. Let's not
better
even go
weapons,
there.
better.
He's got the
coordinators.
best freaking back in the league. Come on, top three. Period. Top three. Top
Yeah,
three.
he's definitely top three.
Come on, man.
Definitely top three. I want to.
Top three.
Dalvin's having
Top
a
three.
better year right now.
Yeah, but longevity. I mean, like.
Oh yeah. Well, we have to see.
Yeah.
We have to see. So we got PSG Pickem right now.
What we got?
And then we'll finish up with some Sixers. So
Yes.
we got Panthers 49ers. 425. Emmanuel
All right.
Sanders going to play a lot.
So we got Panthers 49. I'm going first. All right. So we got this is a big game. This is at San Fran, correct?
It's in San Fran.
Okay. Emmanuel Sanders is coming over there. Kyle Shanahan's doing his thing. Richard Sherman's pumping his chest. That defense is looking
Richard Sherman has to
crazy.
do shit. That defensive line.
What's the cat's name? The coordinator who's going to be coach by the way next year. What's his name?
The
North
ball-headed
Turner.
cat?
49ers DTC. What's his name?
DC.
It's Italian name. What's his name?
I forget. But I don't think he's gonna be a.
He's going next year. No, he's going to be head coach next year for
think
sure.
so?
That's the rumor. Yeah, he's got these boys playing.
Well,
Bottom
how
line
much
is-
talent? How much talent they got?
Of
Their
course.
defensive line is all
Yeah, but
like
you
top
still-
5 picks.
Yeah, but you still got to put them in the right
True.
place.
And they get their tackles back
Yeah.
this week.
So here's the thing. Big game. By the way, Cam's rushing back. That's another story. Cam
His
Newton.
job is a jeopardy.
Cam Newton. Cam Newton saying, "Okay, the writing's on the wall. Okay, I'm looking back. I need to hurry up and get back." But bottom line is, I think it's going to be a tough time for them. McCaffrey's going to do his thing, rushing the ball to a degree. He will have under 100 yards this game. I just think it's going to be too much for him. I think Kyle's putting him in the right position in the offense.
Yep.
I'm going to give a score. I'm going Panthers. I'm going 49, 27-17.
I'm pick 49ers to win the game. Browns Patriots in New England.
Go, you got it.
I'm not going against the Empire.
Odell? Somebody selling noise. Landry. Was it Landry?
Landry. Odell was like he ready to give Tom cleats, and Landry said some dumb shit like the Patriots need motivation.
The number one defense in the league that just trounced the New England. That was a joke.
New
Monday.
York Jets, man.
They need to figure out. That's another thing, man. The Monday Night Football schedule, man. They should flex it. They should just flex it, man.
That would be a bad idea.
Yeah, it would. I mean, because come on. Miami's coming. I'm sorry, BT, but I got to keep it real. Who wants to watch Miami against the Pittsburgh Steelers?
JJ still missing threes.
Yeah, he's missing.
So we all got
So
Patriots.
you got Patriots, yeah.
Raiders versus Texans. Deshaun Watson. I guess the Raiders
said Raiders
just don't have
That's
enough
at
on
Houston,
offense.
right?
Yeah, it's in Houston. Raiders just don't have enough on offense. And even while the Texas defense isn't what it used to be, they could easily put up 40 on you any given Sunday. So I'm going to go Texans on that one.
I'm going to go Texans. I think Fuller's out,
Okay.
but Steele's is going to be there. Steele's going to have a big game for him. I think he have a couple
we got
deep balls.
You picked Sunday Night Football, Packers versus Chiefs.
So I got the Texans.
You got Texans, okay. Sunday
Packers.
Night Football,
Packers Chiefs?
Packers Chiefs in Arrowhead.
I'm going Packers, man. They're rolling right now. I just think without Mahomes is out. Yeah. I think Matt Moore is going to be serviceable, but I just think the Bob man's going to do his thing.
Bob Man's too much, and he got a defense that can ride with
and
him.
he's got 2 running backs that's doing their things. Jamal
and
Williams,
the offense is starting to come.
Errin.
Oh, yep, Aaron Jones. Offense starting to come together.
Despite your boy being out, Devontae.
Yeah.
Listen.
I like the Packers, man.
Me too.
I like the Packers.
Packers all day.
So, 10-9-8-70. Sixers.
Yo, I was excited, yo.
I was hyped.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't been excited like that about Sixers since AI.
4.9 million on NBC Sports. That was the rating. That's how many drew. First, highest home preview, highest opening season watch since AI in 2003.
This is the AI days, man. That's excitement right now.
I already said it. Over under in Vegas is 54. I think they win at 57.
Absolutely.
58. Josh Richardson's contribution on the defensive floor. It's not going to look as pretty as it did last year. They're not going to be getting up and down the floor, but the results on the defensive side going to be a lot better.
I want to say this.
Go ahead.
I've been screaming for it. And I'm a Duke guy, as we all know, which is a fine prestigious school, Duke University.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. Which, by the way, is going to take it this year. We win the chip. And, I'm a J.J. Redick guy, but the bottom line is I've been screaming for it. And let's keep it real. We've been needing a combo guard for like the last 3 to 4 years. And we finally got a guy that can play. He can make stops for us in key moments. He's 6'6", he's long. And he gives Ben a break on the second part with the second lineup where he can handle the rock. Mm-hmm. So he brings so much to the table. But more importantly, Mr. Al Horford, would you step up, sir? This guy, this is the guy we've been looking for. The forward that can stretch the D rather, can shoot outside, can also take it to the hole. Did you see that dunk, family? Listen, this is a beautiful thing, and the fact that Embiid the last 4 minutes didn't even play because Horford was on the floor. Now, I know Embiid wants to play 70 games, but my friend, I would say stick to 65. Horford will take the realm from there, and it's just a different team. I know it's just game one, I understand that, but you can just see the upside with the Sixers right now. I'm excited right now about what they're doing.
I am. I'm excited for the NBA just in general because you don't know who.
Yeah.
And it's for
it's
the
refreshing.
first time it's wide open.
Yeah, it's refreshing.
I know Ralphie can't wait because I know
he's grinning over there. What's up? Where's the purple and gold at? No purple and gold today?
Nah, it's at home. It's at
Okay.
home.
It's
Now,
waiting.
Ralph, let me ask you a question. I'm always curious. In your room, do you have like a shrine of Laker stuff? Do you have like a?
I got my LeBron hanging
You
up.
got your LeBron hanging up. Do you have
in
like
Lakers jersey?
Yes, I do.
Shaq bobblehead or like Kobe stuff?
I got-
What do
I
you
got-
have in there?
I got the Kobe, obviously.
Okay.
I got the LeBron. I got the Julius Randle. First year.
Julius
I got a Julius Randle.
Why?
Well, I thought he was gonna be something out of college, bro. Until he broke his leg his first game.
Oh yeah, you're right. He did.
Yeah. He
That's
broke
right.
his leg his first game.
That's right. He did.
Never
Forgot
been the
about
same
that.
since.
Nope.
I
obviously got
Don't
the.
say that. I mean,
I obviously got the Lonzo.
he had a nice
Oh,
season
you got
last
the
year.
Zoe?
But I'm just waiting. I'm gonna get the Anthony Davis. I'm just waiting for him to get his number
23.
changed. Yeah.
Got you.
Yep.
Oh, him and LeBron changed the number?
Yeah, next year, yeah.
The league, which is kind of weird. The league
So
won't
what's
let
that
him
mean?
do it.
LeBron's leaving?
No,
No.
Bron's going to
He's
6.
He's giving 6.
Yeah.
And he's going to
Why
take
they
23.
saying do it now?
The league wouldn't let him do it.
Because the league wouldn't let him do
which
it.
is
Something with
weird.
the whole
Yeah,
business
the
with Nike.
advertising,
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. Now, listen, before we get up out of here, shout out to the Phillies and John Middleton for actually getting some shit right.
2 years too late. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Keep it. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, I'm the realist in the family.
Okay.
About the Phillies, especially.
Yeah,
And-
definitely about the Phillies.
And they're 2 years too late. Like I've been saying, they should have hired this man, and they hired Milk and Magnesia Gabe. Anyway, so I mean,
Captain Analytics.
Captain Analytics. Oh yeah. What are you saying?
Always
Anyway.
saying something
Yeah.
philosophical, man. Always, like he always says.
We're playing good right now.
And
We just
he-
got beat 20-0 though. What did you seeing?
It is. Girardi's here.
Okay.
Now, they changed the scouting director? There was another move that they made. They
Okay.
hired a new scouting director.
I like it.
And the writing should have been on the wall. Because if I'm not mistaken, the scouting director that they hired was from the Yankees.
From the Yankees, yeah.
So right there, when that happened, like you kind of
Yeah.
draw the lines.
Put the puzzles together.
Put the pieces of the puzzle together. So I like it. Now, ask you this question.
Okay.
Matter of fact, Game 3 of the World Series is going on right now.
Yeah.
Who's winning? I got money on Washington, 1.5.
Put that on
What we
real
got?
quick for you.
So
I got a parlay going right now.
So
Yeah.
right now, how ironic
Okay.
is it if the Nationals go ahead and sweep this thing?
Yo.
I'll be heated, bro.
Yo.
Would you?
Do you think Bryce?
I'll be heated.
Do you think
You
Bryce
think
is
if
butthurt?
you're heated,
Do you think he's butthurt? You think he's gonna
how
be
do you
butthurt?
think he feels?
He's saying he's not, but deep down
Yeah,
inside,
right,
I can see the
dude.
crocodile tears.
We've all been there before.
I can see the crocodile
we've all
tears.
we've all been there before.
I can see the crocodile tears in the background.
Yeah.
where you're hanging out with your boys and it's boring as shit. So you go home and then 2 hours later they're all having fun. You're like, damn, why did I leave?
Nah, he's probably talking to my wife. He's probably talking to my wife. Yeah, they won. It's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, babe, they won. It's all right. She's like, honey, it's okay. Yeah, you're okay with the Phillies now. Yeah, it's okay. Deep down inside, like, dang, I ain't got no ring.
Well, no,
Yeah.
I can't front though because it's like now, don't get me wrong, Bryce is Bryce, but they had Juan Soto right there. Like,
Yeah, the missing piece. Yeah.
you see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they
Like,
just slide him into Harper's. Yeah. And he's 21.
Yeah,
He's only
Cheaper.
21. Yeah.
that's a hurt piece.
and to be honest with you, if they do win the World Series, they probably letting Rendon walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Rendon, is he Italian?
Yeah, what is he?
I'm not sure what he is. I'll look it up.
Because he look Asian.
You look Asian to you? I thought you looked Latin to me.
Latin, like the way his goatee is, it look like one of them ninja Shanghai goatees. Shanghai noon and shit.
I don't think he's Asian, bro.
No, he's from Texas.
Ralphie, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
See, I picked
2-0.
freaking Washington win. Now they're winning. He was
And,
just winning.
and Granke's on the mound too.
Man, this something.
If they win, if Houston wins tonight, and they somehow bring it back, it's over. If they go, 2-2,
yeah.
If they go 2-2, you not.
Oh yeah. I agree with that.
You do not want to see Garrett Cole and Verlander again.
Nah.
They will not touch them like they did.
Well,
they
hopefully
touched.
Washington wins tonight because I got some money on them, so I need them to win tonight.
I just can't believe the Nats are in the World Series, dude.
Yeah, man.
Dog, what?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Dog, like the Cardinals is.
Disappeared.
That's how Chrome,
They shit the bed, dude.
That's how Chrome
Yeah.
got sick.
Yeah.
He just don't want to come out.
Nah,
Hey, the Cardinals got swept in the NLCS. Chrome ain't been seen since.
Yeah.
but-
Nah.
True.
Am I right? Am I
Yeah,
right?
true. Yeah, he hasn't been on any shows.
any shows.
He hasn't?
No.
For real?
Yeah. I'm sick.
Chrome. Hey,
I'm
Chrome, weigh
sick.
in.
I'm quarantined.
Weigh in, Chrome. Let him
I
know
can't-
that
He said I'm quarantined.
Hey, look,
I'm
Chrome.
not doing birds of a feather. No
Hey,
lazy
hey,
booking.
Hey, Chrome.
Until spring training.
Hey, Chrome, listen. I believe that's not the case, so let him know, man. I believe you, Chrome. I believe in you. I believe in you, Chrome. All right?
No, man. Listen. But with that being said, we got to end it off with a YGT.
Yeah. I'm going to go first real quick.
Go ahead. Yeah, because yours is probably more
it's
lighthearted than mine.
Yeah, so I thought about earlier, and I said, as we know, Fletcher Cox was involved in an incident this week at his Mullica Hill home. A man came to his house, banged on the door, actually vandalized his girlfriend. All right, his girlfriend's car, from what we understand. Vandalized the car, then started banging on the door and busted the door down. So there, after busting the door down,
big ass dude. What's his offensive
I'm
lineman?
about to get to the whole situation. And I didn't get the guy's name. I forgot the guy's name. But anyway, he goes into the house and then Fletch. Now, first of all, I'm giving this man the YG for the day because Fletch is 6'4", about 320. All right. Now I understand Fletcher is rumored to be Mr. Steal Your Girl. All right. There's rumors out there that Fletch does steal people's girls. I understand that. All right. This ain't the first time something like this
That
happened.
Mississippi long boy.
Yeah, and Mr. Steal Your Girl, he's like Trey Songz. But I'm saying, that's what Fletch is. But my thing is, this man is a world-class athlete. Yeah, he look hurt. This man's a world-class athlete. He's big as a bear. And you go into that man's house and looking for your girl. I don't know if they didn't say it was his wife or not. And you bust the door down, and guess what you find? Not only a 6'4" mammoth of a man,
With a shotgun.
with a shotgun. So I'm giving it to
Did
him.
you hear? Did you hear the police report?
Go ahead. What did the police report say?
He
Help me
said
out, Ralphie.
they had the 911 call.
Right.
And he said, listen,
Oh yeah.
if the dude comes in my house, I'm blowing his brains out.
And by the way, he's
And
a
he,
hunter.
and he said, you better hurry up to my house.
Okay.
Because if he comes in my house,
It's
I
a
have a
problem.
shotgun. I will blow this man's brains out. That's what he said. That's what he said to the dispatcher.
That's
Yeah.
what he said. And by the way, Fletcher is an avid hunter.
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Avid hunter. So I'm giving my
He's
man.
from Mississippi,
and
dog.
if y'all can help me out with the name, I didn't get his name. If y'all can help me out with the name, because I'm giving it to him because not only is this man a mammoth, a big bear, and he's agile, and he's a world class athlete, but you bust in the man's house, and then you want to do something, and then when he comes down with the shotgun, you ghost.
Yeah.
So the
What
bottom
is he
line,
supposed to do? Stick around?
the bottom line at the end of the day, no,
Yeah.
not that part. I'm saying to you that this is Fletcher Cox. I would say, all right, girl, baby, I'll just talk later on. You go to Fletcher's house.
I ain't talking to you at all.
you go to Fletcher's house.
It's a wrap.
I'm done with you. We over with. That's my point.
Where are you going tonight? I'm going to Fletcher's. Okay.
Okay,
Have
I'll
fun.
see you later on. We're done.
Guess I ain't touching
So
it for
that's
like
why
3 weeks.
so that's why he's getting the YG for me.
Who, the guy or Fletcher?
The guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a good one. So, yeah,
Thank you, sir.
my YGTs is a little bit more on a serious note, and it's going out to Brandon Talbot, ex-assistant GM of the Houston Astros, who during the NLCS celebration looked at a bunch of women reporters, and supposedly he had an ongoing feud with one of the women beat reporters and said, I love you, Osuna. I love you, Osuna. I effing love you, Osuna. I'm so glad to have you, Osuna. Like screaming it.
Was he drunk?
And I don't know. He might have been. But Roberto Osuna is a player who was traded from Toronto to Houston. While he was traded, he couldn't play because he was suspended for 75 games for domestic violence.
Oh wow!
And then one of the reporters had on purple, which is the ribbon to support domestic violence because she herself was a victim of domestic violence. And Osuna wasn't even in the direction that he was saying these phrases to.
Yeah.
And he was screaming all caps if we were texting. MLB looked into it. Houston tried to deny it. A.J. Hinch came out, and he just completely said it was deplorable. Anybody associated with the organization doing something like that shouldn't be associated with the organization anymore. And then yesterday it came down. I think it was early yesterday that they decided
they fired him.
They did the right thing and fired him.
Mm-hmm.
So
wow.
I mean, listen, man, domestic violence is one of those things that it's a very hard subject to talk about. Why I feel as if no man should lay their hands on a woman intentionally without being unprovoked.
Yeah.
It's one thing to be said if you're protecting yourself or whatever. It's very hard to turn the other cheek until you get smacked in the face. Any man can sit here and say this, that, and the third. But if you get smacked in your face, you being told whatever, hit me. It's a lot of different things, and it takes a special type of character. It takes a special attribute in your character just to be able to walk away against all circumstances.
Yeah.
And some men just can't do that. In certain cultures, some men can't do that, and it's not frowned upon as it is in America. But for Talbot to sit here and use this platform and to make women feel uncomfortable in the workplace or unsafe.
I agree.
This is no place for that. And while, like you said, I don't want to see anybody lose their job. Sometimes you just got to learn a lesson.
Yeah, especially with the Me Too movement. This is the wrong time. I mean, it's the wrong time to do things like this, man. With the Me Too movement, man.
If it can happen to Matt Lauer, but it can happen to anybody.
Yo, me and my brother was talking about that. Yo, Matt Lauer, like he was. We grew up watching this dude, and he was very powerful. I mean, if you think about it, they were saying how a lot of the people that are working for NBC, Matt Lauer is the reason why they got in there.
Yeah.
And for them to just let him go, what he did was horrible, of course.
Right.
But for them to let him go like that should tell you it don't matter who you are.
Well,
You'll lose
his
your career.
situation is starting to come out a little bit different to where somebody else is coming out and support saying, hey, it was consensual. They were having an affair.
Yeah, but he did some other stuff too, bro.
No, he did. But I'm just saying, like, the main was he was having an affair. But nevertheless, listen, man, everybody just respect yourself. Keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah.
And just
hashtag that thing. Keep your hands to yourself.
All try to love each other, man. So, listen, big games this weekend.
Yes, sir.
Eagles, Bills. You know, we got the World Series.
Yes, sir.
Joe Girardi. Now, I do feel some type of way before we get out of here.
What's that?
I do feel some type of way. And we can leave the music underneath because this deserves some music. I feel some type of way that our new Phillies manager, it's hard for me to be happy for him when I know the last time he was in the World Series, he was on the other side.
Listen, he brings me a chip. I ain't worried about that. Bring me a chip.
I ain't
worried
I'll
about
let
that.
it go. But right now,
forget
I got
about
it. You know where the chip at? On my damn shoulder. With that being said,
that.
namaste.
Let me say. Holla.